should be maybe just a little bit better.
Push to pass. Danica's down to 4. Franchitti's down to 5. He won't be able to get her on this one.
What he's got to do this lap is take the lap and start to fill the mirrors of Danica Patrick. Look on the inside and make sure that Danica knows that he is there.
Heading down towards turn 4. Danica holding off the ever pressure of Dario Franchitti. Nothing has changed up front. Will Power still leads Justin Wilson. This is the best battle we have on the racetrack. That's the idea of what's going on up front. You can see the gap. Jamie, what's the latest on Justin Wilson?
Well, 5 laps to go for Justin Wilson. He has 14 push-to-passes left. I asked the team, why isn't he using him? He said it's all about strategy. Justin wanted to stockpile him for the end, and he's using about 2 to 3 per lap starting now.
Well, he's going to need him because he's losing contact right now. Here comes Dario Franchitti. They come out of 14. He's got a run on Danica this time. Patrick down to 3 pushes. Franchitti to 5, and yes, he's going to dive underneath. Can she get him back? No. So Franchitti picks up another spot, moving up to 6th, and he's pulling away. Now, is there enough time for Franchitti to get back into the top 5? Alex Tagliani is about 2.5 seconds ahead.
And on a street course, it's very difficult to be able to see the driver sometimes because he's already gone past around the wall. You see Frankie Tagliani's car just a little bit further ahead.
All right, about a lap ago, this is what our camera crew picked up. Watch Will Power down into turn 10.
Whoa, just turned in a little too soon, took it over the alligator bumps. You can see the black marks on the track. And the lap previous to that, Wilson was probably about 0.3 of a second slower, and that lap that we just completed where you saw that squiggle from Will Power, he was actually 0.5 of a second slower. So Justin Wilson has gained 0.5 second on him. Now Will Power's feeling the pressure, pushing the car, and I talked about getting the car past its limit just a little bit, but you cannot make a mistake like that.
Justin Wilson trying to close the gap down into turn again. This is where the incident happened a lap or more ago, and this time nice and clean.
And remember Australia a couple of years ago with Will Power, just running comfortably out front and back chicane going down that long straightaway, clipped the inside wall, ended up taking himself out of the race.
Wilson is down to 12. Does he hit the button again? The laps are winding down. This time by, there will be 3 laps remaining on this 1.8-mile circuit. Yes, both of them hit.
But then Will Power regained the speed again, 0.1 of a second faster than Justin Wilson.
Both hit the push-to-pass button on that last lap, so they're down to 6. And oh, here comes Dario Franchitti. He's looking for 5th. Man, he closed that quickly on Tagliani and takes the position. The best car on the racetrack might be that number 10 of Dario Franchitti. He has picked up from 11th to 5th in the last 12 laps, 10 laps.
Remember, Tags has tires that are well worn right now, and the car would be sliding around.
So move Franchitti into the top 5. There's Alex, and let's get an update from Rick DeBrule.
Yeah, as you were mentioning, Scott, just a moment ago, he's been running on tires that are on a second stint. Remember, they didn't change last time, and all the time they kept giving him the countdown. They kept saying, Dario's coming, 2 seconds. Dario's coming, 1.5. He knew he was coming. Just wasn't anything he could do.
Battle for 3rd is starting to heat up. Ryan Briscoe has got it, and Elio Castroneves wants it. Two laps remaining. Elio putting pressure on Briscoe. Down through turn 8, turn 9. Not close enough. Oh, and he gets a little wheel spin.
Road drops off just a little bit there because of the crown on the road. As the tires wear, the car will slide out from you a little bit more. What Elio's got to do, though, is be on the tail of his teammate's car going through this fast section down here through 13 and 14 and get a good run off if he wants to have a shot at passing him down the front stretch.
Team Penske running first, third, and fourth. There you see all 4 cars as the white flag comes out. 1 lap remaining for Will Power to make it 2 in a row and to make another statement that, boys, you're going to have to deal with me on the road and street courses if you want to go for the championship. Briscoe used another push to pass to hold off Elio.
And the next place that he will use one will probably be down the side straight or on the front stretch coming out of the last turn.
And look at the freight train now closing on Alex Tagliani. He is in 6th. There's Danica running in 7th. Rahal taking a peek underneath. Can't get it done on Rafa Matos. Then Tony Kanaan is behind Rahal. We can tell you that Danica Patrick has burned the final push to pass, so she's on her own from here on out, and those red tires have lost a lot of their grip. Meanwhile, here comes Will Power into turns 13 and 14. For Team Penske, Will Power is going to come home, back-to-back wins, his 3rd win in the IZOD.
Nice job, Mr. Power, nice job. He won.
Watch for the pass for 3rd, maybe? No.
Good job, guys.
Does he get him? No. They
Great job
come
in the
across
pit.
the line with Briscoe holding off Castroneves. Here comes Tagliani as he comes around. It will be Dario Franchitti coming across the line in 5th in just a matter of a moment. Does she hold on to the position for 7th? Because here's Tagliani. Then it'll be Danica.
Oh, yeah. Good job. Good job, kid. Good. Great job.
Oh, that was really fun.
So as they come across the line, Will Power picks up his 3rd IZOD IndyCar Series win in his 24th series start. 2nd win in a row, as we mentioned. And Penske finishes 1, 3, and 4. Only Justin Wilson denying them a sweep of the podium. Want to remind you, we're running just a tad long. NHRA 4-wide nationals are coming up immediately as soon as we get off the air. And you don't want to miss this because in the funny car final, Ashley Force, Father John, 2 of the 4 competitors. And if you didn't see it yesterday or in qualifying on Saturday, 4 wide going down the quarter mile is pretty cool. Let's check in with Jamie Little.
Clive, how the strategist for Will Power, 2 races, 2 wins this weekend. You guys did what most have never done, and that is dominate. You guys were at the top of the speed chart, start to finish. Where are you beating your competition?
Well, you have a fast driver and you get lucky a few times. You know, it's been wet, 2 weekends in a row, so it mixes it up for everybody a little bit. But, it all boils down to the driver. It's a fast guy, You can make a lot of mistakes with a fast guy. Covers up a lot of stuff.
All right, a little bit of luck, a fast driver, great race team. They are back home in victory lane, Marty.
And it's only the 2nd time in series history a driver has opened the season with back-to-back wins. The last to do it, a young man by the name of Sam Hornish Jr. back in 2001. Will making his way back down pit lane. There is Danica climbing out of the cockpit of her car. And not a bad performance for Danica today. Remember, she started 21st. The car was not handling all that well. Comes back to finish in 7th.
And again, she's the top driver from Andretti Autosport. As we mentioned, top driver many times last year, and she finished 5th in the points championship. So great job for her this weekend.
But the man of the hour is Will Power. And it's 2 in a row. As we said, he is making a statement with 9 races in the series this year on the street and road courses. He has inserted himself as one of the guys, if indeed the guy, to beat. I mean, we get ready for Indianapolis, of course, but right now he is on a streak.
Well, on these road and street circuits, I think absolutely. Kansas might be a little bit different. His teammates might have more experience there, but everybody in the paddock knows that this is a very special talent behind the wheel.
Well, if he can get better on the ovals, he's going to be a holy terror, so to speak, because right now he is the man on the road and street circuits. Vince, let's send it down to you.
Well, last week he won at Brazil by leading just 4 laps. Today, a much more dominating performance for Will Power and the Verizon crew. And Will, if last week's Helio Castroneves is coming in, and as you may know, Will Power, a full-time driver for Penske for the first time this season. If last